baseball. Told straight. You're listening to NorCal Sports Network. No homers, no casuals. Just truth. Let's go!
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. Monday night, and we got a little bit of Giants baseball as I was out at the ball yard today, getting a little sun. Actually got a little too much sun on my neck. Forgot to put the suntan lotion sunscreen on the neck. I thought it was hot today, 92 degrees out there at the ballpark.
Getting up there.
Yeah, it wasn't a big crowd today. It was at the White Sox where they share a stadium with the Dodgers. And I was sitting right behind the third base dugout, which was the Giants dugout. And in fact, even show you a little picture. This was after the game. There's Tony, let's see if Tony V down there being interviewed by 4 reporters. You can see the Dodger dugout there, but it was pretty good. Hey, check this out. I almost look at this, guys. That is a Bryce Eldridge helmet, autographed helmet. It says first round pick, and I might go out and buy that hat at out there and do a giveaway or something for the show. Thought about it. They had some pretty interesting things out there. How about that? A catcher's glove, autographed catcher's glove by Patrick Bailey. Mm-hmm. Or how about an autographed catcher's mask by Patrick Bailey? Pretty cool stuff. But you know what? I will try and pull this up in the maybe as I turn the floor over to Dallas a little bit. I'll show some highlights from the game today. Pretty cool. But hey, let's give a quick shout out to a couple of our sponsors before we get going into the show. We always want to thank our longtime sponsor of the show, Chapman Law Group. Boy, my computer screen looks really different today. It's super clean and bright. My wife took the little wipes and got all the dust off of it today. She cleaned everything up and got, oh my gosh, it's like a brand new computer. I can't even, wow,
nice.
I'm enjoying that.
You can actually see the chat now.
Yeah, I can actually see what's going on. But yeah, let's give a shout out to Chapman Law Group, guys. Chapman Law Group for all your legal needs. Give David Chapman and his group a call at 415-613-9483. Chapman Law Group. They specialize in personal injury. So if you got that injury situation, don't settle with an insurance company without giving Chapman Law Group a call. All right. And then, of course, we want to thank one of our newer sponsors, and that would be Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app, and you want to make sure you use this code NCSN right below me. There, Prize Picks is that daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Right now, new users can get $50 in lineups when they play their first $5 lineup, win or lose. So you play $5, they give you 50. You don't have to play 50 to get 50. Play 5 and they give you 50. What are you waiting for? Get over to Prize Picks, download the app today, or go to the link in the description of this video, and you can follow along while watching the games. Prize Picks is available in all 50 states. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, so that is what's going on here. And guys, we got to pull up, and we will do that when the season starts. We'll be picking more or less and doing some fun stuff like that. But some of the stuff going on in spring training today, I was out at the yard, and Landon Roupp looked pretty good. He pitched 2 innings today. Let me give you his line. I had it up here, and I'll bring it right back. Landon Roupp, he went 2 innings and he gave up nothing. No hits, no walks, just 2 solid innings with 2 strikeouts. So that's a 9 strikeout per inning, per 9. That's he, won an inning. So a very good outing. But unfortunately, we got the good, the bad, and the ugly, and Carson Whisenhunt got hit hard today.
Yeah.
Balls were some loud contact. Went 1 2/3 inning, and he threw 46 pitches, 28 for strikes, but 46 pitches. So he got a chance to get stretched out a little bit more. 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And he looked to be throwing pretty hard to me. I was behind the Giants dugout. I think I might have a little video of him where we can put that up here. Let me show that. And he just got hit. Even the lefties were hitting him in the lineup. Let's pull up Wizzy here. All right, here we go. I see Tony Vitello straight ahead of me. Hey, Buster. Hey, you can't be barking. The doorbell ring? Oh, a person's at my doorbell. Hold on. Dallas, you go ahead and take this. I'll be right back.
Sure. So it looks like did that go to the wall? Was that a double? It looks like it. I'm not sure which particular hit that was, but yeah, he had a rough one. He 1 2/3 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, 5 hits, and he only walked 1 with a couple of strikeouts, but that's pretty rough. Now, you never know in spring training if what they're working on, if they are throwing every pitch, if they're working with all their stuff, and sometimes they're out to work on specific things, and they're not going out with their full toolbox. So you never know. And I didn't hear any post-game interviews or anything like that as far as addressing Whisenhunt. So hard to say. You can also have issues where in Arizona, certain pitches don't have the same type of movement in the dry conditions, so I know Landon Roupp was on KMBR yesterday talking to Bill Lasky, and he was talking about how his curveball actually moves pretty good in Arizona, not so much in Colorado. It's the elevation that affects his curveball. So he's getting good movement on his curveball right now, but the 2-seam fastball doesn't move. A 2-seam fastball works like a 4-seam fastball down in the desert. So it was interesting, Roop's insight into that. And then, of course, with Whisenhunt, could be a completely different ball of wax as far as what's going on with his stuff. So, sometimes pitchers get lit up in the spring, and good thing is you can just wipe away that ERA when the season starts. But as far as the rest of the pitchers go, Juan Sanchez came in, got out of the inning. I don't know who that is. Spencer Bivens went an inning in 2/3 and gave up an earned run, struck out 1. And then Nick Margevicius, I'm not sure, went 2 1/3, gave up 3 hits, but no runs. That guy got shelled the last time he came out a couple of days ago. So at least he's getting back on track there. And then Darian Smith, don't know who that is, but he put up a 0 on the board for the last inning. He doesn't even have a number.
I don't know, but he looked good. Just lively pitching. I always forget that. I got to tell my wife, I forgot to turn the ads on again. So,
and then as far as the hitting goes, I mean, this is a road game, so people don't really travel. But you did get Casey Schmitt playing.
Yeah,
he had 2 hits, 2 for 2. That's a solid day for him, and that's good to see. And the rest of the hitting was kind of, spread around everybody. I'm looking down.
Couple of homers in the 8th. They tied it up on a homer by Furman, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, what's his name? Bennett, or what's his name? Not Bennett.
Kennedy.
Yeah. Kennedy, Bennett. Yeah. John F. Kennedy. No, it wasn't John F. Kennedy, but it was Kennedy that
Buddy Kennedy.
Buddy. Yeah. He's our buddy. Buddy put one out to put them on top 6-5. And then the Giants held on in the 9th after a 1-out double. They did blow 2 of their challenges today. Encarnacion, we're going to get into Encarnacion here. We're going to get into, guys, the roster here after we break down a little bit of just the game itself. But we're going to talk about the roster, what we think it may turn out to be, and who might have the inside shot at certain jobs. And I feel bad. It looks like we disappointed somebody in our chat. Who was it? KC. He says, he's disappointed. Who did you expect? Did you expect somebody else to be on NorCal Sports Network? It is kind of Dallas and myself a lot.
Well, maybe his punctuation isn't right. Maybe it's, oh shit, it's Dan and Dallas.
Oh yeah, maybe it's that.
Like
yeah,
excitement.
Yeah, it's excitement. Yes, he was excited. Like, wow.
Because it's Monday. He wasn't expecting to hear from us.
Yeah, because we weren't planning on coming on. But then I started thinking, I was out in the sun for 2.5 hours. I had to move up to the shade quite a bit, but I could sit anywhere I wanted today. It was wide open. There wasn't a lot of people there, and then a lot of people weren't in their seats. They were under the shade, so they were standing. And I basically, for a lot of the game, sat right behind the dugout, and got a chance to talk to Bo Davidson after the game. Nice guy, really humble. I told him really how much to get in, Dan. I got in for $15.85 was my ticket today. Went on SeatGeek, and then I'm sitting there going on SeatGeek. I buy it as soon as I walk up to the ticket entry, and it for 5 minutes I kept hitting send ticket, and it kept saying oops. It's like there was a glitch. So I went to the ticket stand, and there was a few other people, same thing, and they had my name. They go, "Are you Dan?" I said, "Yeah," because I guess it's tied to my Ballpark app. They go, "Here you go." They gave me a printed ticket, but it was kind of weird. Like, yeah, I was like, because it is MLB, it is tied to MLB SeatGeek, I guess, this year. So anyway, that's the secret, guys. You want to go to a game and not spend a lot of money, and it's not a sellout, don't go buy your ticket weeks in advance. You're going to pay top dollar. Buy it like 10 minutes before the game starts, or right when you walk up to the game, and everything's digital right on your phone, and you can just get your app and get your tickets, and there you go. You're off and you're in, and you save money that way.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. If you don't, really care where you sit, you're just trying to get in the building, then that usually works good. You can get really good deals.
Yeah, exactly. I used to sell my season tickets, Dallas. I had, great seats on the club level, aisle seats, second to the last row, right by the door. When you go out the door, there's Tony's Pizza, and then just another 40, 50 feet was the restrooms. And I could literally, after the final out of the half inning, whatever inning, I could jet off, run to the restroom, get back to my seat before the next half inning started. I didn't miss any pitches. So I love those seats. would love to have him again, but we'll see. I think the Giants. We're going to get into that. I think it's going to be a better year, Dallas. I really do. I've got a good feeling about this team. I think this team is gelling. I love the coaching staff. I love Tony Vitello. I love Ron Washington. I think guys there's energy. I think the word around camp with the Giants is energy. And anytime you have positive energy flowing from the top down, the players feel it. And I think the players are going to be hungry. And if they stay healthy, I think the team definitely has a very good shot at making a wild card. And if everything goes, perfect storm like 2021, and I'm not expecting 100 plus wins out of this team. Okay. When I say perfect storm for the Giants, a Giants to win the division would be something like winning 93 and the Dodgers only win 92 because they just had a crappy regular season and injuries, that type of thing. So
Which can happen.
Yeah, it could. Those things happen in baseball and sports all the time. So
it happened. What did they win last year? 93.
81. Ooh, the Dodgers?
Yeah.
93? Something like that?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, did you say 83 or 93?
No, 93.
Okay, my screen's clean, but my ears I still can't hear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it kind of happened last year. They had some of their pitchers weren't really healthy the whole year, and they kind of just played to get well at the end. And that could happen again this year. But if the Giants are hot, then maybe it forces the Dodgers to keep their foot on the pedal and actually play all out.
Val Ramos says 88. That's about right where I'm at, Val. 85 to 88. I think this team's going to be good, and I think it's going to be. I think the pitching is going to be decent. I'm not expecting issues with the pitching staff unless there's injuries. Are the vibes better? Mike says better than last. Absolutely better. I sense it from the organization. I sense it. Really, you can feel it in camp. Ron Washington is a huge add-on to the. It's one of the. I think Buster Posey and the Giants had a pretty good offseason. I really do. I mean, you look at Molly and Hauser, and then you look at Bader and Arise. Those are four guys that are going to be heavy contributors, you hope.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it works out and they can stay healthy on the pitching side, that's good. But those guys historically have not pitched a whole ton of innings. So that's going to be where if it goes perfectly, great. They're going to be in good shape. But if some of these younger guys have to step up, then we're going to get a look at Tidwell. And Birdsong looks to still be struggling. And Whisenhunt struggling today. Small sample size, so you don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how they manage these extra innings that are going to have to be pitched by starters that are not in the five right now. Right.
Yeah, it's been a I would say just how would I say? I think the Giants are going to surprise some people. I don't think some people around the baseball circles, I don't think will be as surprised because this is a good lineup. It's not an overwhelmingly great lineup, but it's a good lineup. And so, appreciate you guys being here, by the way. We normally aren't here on Mondays, but again, there was a game right in my backyard for the most part. And I went down and checked the game out. I try to get to all the games that are within, 20 minutes, 30 minutes max of my where I live. And there's so many games on my side of that the Giants will be playing. So I catch those. It happened to fall today. I says, you know what, let's do a show. And guys, we're the leaders. We've been here doing post games. This will be our fourth year doing post games. So we've been at it. We've covered the last three full seasons. You check out the channel. There's no other channel that is not affiliated with the Giants that has as much Giant content on it. You can find all kinds of player interviews from the clubhouse. You've got interviews with guys like Ron Wotus. You've got, hopefully we'll get Ron Washington, but we got, Ron Wotus in there. We've got Brandon Crawford. We've got Sergio Romo. We've got all kinds of great interviews that are on the channel. We've got Ned Colletti. We've got Bobby Evans. We've got Sean Estes. We got Dave Dravecki. The list just keeps going on and on and on. So this is the channel to stay tuned at, okay? And you're going to get great analysis by Dallas and myself. You're going to get all kinds of, you're going to get some good stuff that we will continue to bring you. And the new thing that we're going to do this year is we're going to go live when the game gets tight, okay? I thought about saying, let's go in the 7th inning. And I said, no, let's call it late innings live. That way I'm not locked into the 7th inning, and I don't got to watch it come on here and the Giants are trailing 12-0, and it's at home, and it's the bottom of the 7th, and I got to sit here and try and entertain you guys for an hour, right? So
if it's interesting at the end.
Yeah, it's called Late Innings Live, and we'll bring it to you. And hey, we're the originators, right? We're the originators. We're not the originators of the post game on YouTube. That belongs to Hum Baby Eric, who's hey, by the way, I'll just say this: if you guys ever check out Eric's channel over at Hum Baby, really good videos. Guy puts together some incredible videos. He did a video a few days ago I was watching called the top 10 worst fan moments in, and it was interesting. I mean, you're seeing crazy things happen at the ball yard, couple of, some brawls, like when the Chicago had that beer night. And then, of course you had the Cubs guy. What's that guy's name? The infamous guy that, everybody what was it? I can't remember his name now. I'm forgetting the guy's name that Moses Alou got all upset because he supposedly grabbed the ball, but that guy, so anyway,
infamous.
Yeah. But, check that out. Really good. He does some really good stuff, and he does the post game, but, he doesn't do a long post game. But and he's entertaining, but I think we've got the best when it comes to baseball coverage and knowledge that's really out there doing post-game stuff. So, but let's get into this. I think we covered enough of today's game itself. There wasn't a lot of regulars. It's a road game. In case you guys aren't really familiar with how spring training works, early on, the first 2 weeks of spring training games, and we're into our second week. Today, well, I guess technically yesterday was the start of the second week, Sunday. They started a week ago Saturday. Right. Giants are like, what, 8-2, something like that. They played 10 games. Okay. Until they get to about game 20, you're going to see on the road, when the Giants are not playing at home, you're going to see guys that are not going to make a couple of guys like Casey Schmitt and Koss, or, the backup catcher will be there. But for the most part, you're not going to see the regulars on the road, especially if it's a little bit longer bus ride from Scottsdale. The vets just stay home, work on their whatever they got to do. And it's kind of like you get that veteran status. Hey, you don't have to go. The Dodgers the other day, I see a lot of people getting all excited, and I get it. It's the Dodgers. But seriously, the Dodgers sent nobody. They sent Yamamoto to pitch.
And that was it. Yeah.
That was it. The rest of the guys, you probably won't even see a bunch of them in AAA. They're probably A-ball players and AA players, a lot of them. So to get excited. I don't know. I kind of get it at Dallas when people say it's just the Dodgers. They don't care if it's a Dodger, but to me, it's like, is it really the Dodgers? when they're not, I mean, they got the Dodger uniforms, but I mean,
yeah, it's meaningless.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
So I don't worry about that. Even if it was the full Dodgers, it's spring training. People are getting their work in. You can't put too much into it.
Yeah.
Win or lose.
And most people they don't put anything into it. I know what they're saying. It didn't matter. It's just the Dodgers, and it's that hey, it's the Dodgers. We hate them, and but
sure. But would you prefer they win or lose? You prefer they win, and they did.
Sure.
So
yeah,
good.
So let's get into this roster a little bit, because I think the key to this whole roster, we know the 9 guys that are. We know it's Bailey, we know it's Devers, we know it's Arise, Adames, and Chapman, and Ramos, and Bader, and Lee. Okay, barring injury, those are locks, and those are your starters.
Yes.
And then you've got your 5 starters, barring injury. It's Webb, Ray, Roupp, Hauser, and Molly. Those are your 5. We'll get to the bullpen last, but let's look at we got a backup catcher. So that's, you got to have one. You got to have 2 catchers, right? So I think it's Daniel Susac. In fact, I meant to text Andrew and see if he was available tomorrow night so I can announce that. But I meant to text him earlier, but I'll text him now. And maybe we'll have Andrew Susac on tomorrow night. We'll see. But I think Daniel Susac gets the nod over Rodriguez or Haas at the catcher. So there's one. Now you have
probably that's the case. I think that Eric Haas has looked pretty good. I mean, and even before he hit the grand slam yesterday, he's looked good too. So, but obviously Susac gets the nod. If all things are equal, you go with Susac because you don't want to have to give him back up.
Plus he's a good hitter too. So I'm talking about Susac.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just hold on here. Let me, yeah. Okay. So I think the infield, I think Casey Schmidt's he's a lock. Okay. I think
he's a lock. If Pavlovich today on his show said Casey Schmitt should just sign the lease on an apartment in San Francisco.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I would say Casey Schmitt is about as a lock of any of the not starters would be Casey Schmitt. Okay.
Yep.
So there you got Schmitt. You got Susac. I think Koss has he's not a lock, but he's close to it, in my opinion.
Me too.
Okay, so that's 3. And if you go with the 9, we already discussed. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't discuss the DH. Now, here's the crazy part. I think I'm going to say I'm leaning. Let me see. Do I look like I'm leaning, Dallas? Which one way or the other right now?
You do, yes.
Okay. I'm leaning on Eldridge not making the opening day roster. And here's why. A lot
of people are saying this.
They're facing Max Fried and Carlos Rodon in 2 of the first 3 games. And those are 2 crafty, very good left-handed pitchers. So that means the DH could be Encarnacion. He didn't look good again today. Took a called strike 3 and challenged it. It was close. It got the bottom half of the inside corner. So he was struck out there, and I think he struck out. Let me look at the box score. I thought he struck out a second time. Did he? Encarnacion. Yes, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he is hitting 158 right now. Matos is hitting 375 with a 1,037 OPS after going 0 for 2. I prefer Matos. I know they like Encarnacion for one reason and one reason only. It's his power. And they don't have – you would like a guy on the bench that has power. So if Eldridge doesn't make the team, even though he's having a horrible spring right now, he still may have the inside shot at the DH in Encarnacion. I think they like him. I personally wouldn't go there. I wouldn't be surprised, Dallas, if opening day your DH is none other than the friend of this show, Casey Schmitt. That wouldn't shock me. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. He's going to check his. Oh, hit the wrong switch at the switchboard. We see his Under Armour shirt.
Can you hear me now?
Now we do. We see his Under Armour shirt, but now we hear him. Okay.
So Pavlovich said the same thing today about Casey Schmitt. He thinks he's going to be the DH opening day.
Seriously, he does. Okay, I feel like I'm on the same. Well, I'm on the same page as
now
Alex Pavlovich. Okay, good.
Why would you not have Arise do that other than to say, because you said he's going to play second base? It looks bad.
You don't want to set that precedent. You don't want to set that precedent, I don't think.
But if you're going to put the best defense on the field, you put Schmitt at second base.
True.
And play, but they're not going to do that. So having a great defender DHing could be what they do. Or they say, you know what? It's opening day, the first game of the season. We want, big stage, and, we'll just put our A team out there and see. So, I mean, it could go either way.
Well, Eldridge, it's going to be interesting. I think he's going to have to, hit some lefties in spring, and he's going to get more shots. Interestingly, he was not playing today. He didn't even travel, so maybe he had stuff to work on back at the Scottsdale. I did speak with Grant McCray today too, and I told him I thought he had a good shot at making the 26-man roster opening day, and he said, "I hope so. I really hope so." He's trying. He smoked the ball today. Let me show you a highlight of Grant McCray today. This is not a great angle, but let me show it to you. You can hear the crack of the bat. He drilled it back at the pitcher over 100 miles an hour. It somehow ricocheted off the pitcher and went into shallow left field. Here we go. Let's take a look here. We'll can you guys see it right here?
Yes.
Ooh, go there. Ooh, go there.
Great camera work there by the NorCal Sports Network cameraman. Mm-hmm. That would be yours truly. Not my.
Ooh, go there.
I was focusing on the angle, of McCray. I wasn't trying to get the pitcher. Look, I wanted to see McCray. Let's watch McCray in slow motion. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, Dallas. Look at the easy swing. Just.
Ooh, go there.
Yep. So McCray has such an upside just because he has speed. He plays great defense. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's got some pop. And it's just, if he can cut down his strikeouts, that's the only thing he would have to do. And if he's showing that he has the ability to do that, then there should be a place for him as a left-handed outfielder,
Absolutely.
which they don't have.
You need another lefty. And I don't think Gilbert's going to make the team. He's been hurt, and he's not even able to throw a ball for another week. He's got an impingement or something on his shoulder, throwing shoulder. So that's not good. And they say a week. Who knows if a week doesn't turn into 10 or 12 days, right?
It could. I mean, it's going to just depend on if he's, feeling better.
Right.
It's one of those things that you don't want to even push coming back too early, because if it's not right, then you could re-injure it. So
exactly.
They might put him on ice, and then that does open up a shot for McCray.
I think they need a lefty. There's got to be some lefty that is. You can't have a all right-handed bench, can you? I guess you could, but I don't think it's ideal.
It's not ideal, but you also want someone with speed, and Fitzgerald is not going to make the team anymore, so you don't have him. You got Koss, who's pretty fast, but you do having the ability to pinch run for somebody who's slow in a situation when the game's on the line is a huge weapon to have. And so it might, kill two birds with one stone to have McCray. He could be that left-handed outfielder, and then he could be a pinch runner in situations that call for it.
Yeah, take a look. See the crowd there, what I was talking about? It's like pretty sparse. That's right behind the dugout, and there's nobody there. So let's take a look at this swing again. This is a very compact swing, in my opinion, compared to what it used to be. Let's take a look. Let me slow it down. Let me slow it down here. Just stays back. Wait. Boom. I kind of like that. Man, that's where else are you going to get sounds like that, man? Crack, 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 crack.
Yeah.
That was...
Now, it would be nice if we could take Luis Ariz and Grant McCray and take them into the lab and combine them into one player. Because Ariz is a one-tool player, and McCray is a four-tool player. And Ariz has the tool that McCray doesn't have.
Yes, the strikeout. Hey, if McCray's like, isn't he like 35, 40% up there in the K rate? Something like that.
He was 35 something last year.
Okay,
and that's limited sample size, and
hey, I could live with McCray if he was able to get it down to 23.
That's asking a lot. I'd be happy if it's under 30.
Well, yeah, I mean he's really not playable at 30 or 29.
27, maybe,
yeah. But I said this on Twitter yesterday, or X, or whatever you want to call it, because we did our show yesterday on McCray, basically. He was part of our thumbnail. Do you think, and I'm open to correction of anybody that knows anybody else in the system, I think he's the most athletic guy in the entire organization. What do you think?
They've got to have somebody.
I mean, this guy has speed. He has power. He has a great arm. What are the five? The big. He doesn't hit for average.
Doesn't hit for average. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his lack. That's where he lacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but who's got more just pure athleticism that is, I don't know, maybe there's somebody lower A or something, or Dakota Jordan may be as athletic, George Curry says. Yeah. And I haven't seen Dakota Jordan play too much. So Bo Davidson, most athletic. He's pretty athletic, Bo. But McCray is, I don't know. But I do like McCray. I didn't like him last year. I called him Grant McCray. We
haven't heard you saying that much.
And nothing. It was nothing personal ever. It was always just play on words, right? Little entertainment, but
Yeah.
I do like what he brings to the table. If he can cut down on those strikeouts, he could become a very effective big leaguer. And we all remember the throw last year from right field to third base that gunned down the Dodger, whoever was tagging. That was something.
Yeah. He threw it 102 miles an hour or something.
Was it more than that, or was it 100?
Maybe 103.
I don't remember. It was over 100, but it was nice. Yeah.
109. Wow.
I don't know what it was, but yeah. So, but guys, I do think that this Giants team. So we got to get back to that. Okay, we have Schmitt, Koss, and Susac. It comes down to Eldridge, Encarnacion, Matos, and McCray. Those four guys, two of them make it. The others do not.
3 make it if Eldridge doesn't. And 2 make
Yeah.
it if Eldridge does.
Yeah. So if Eldridge doesn't make it,
I think
I don't think they go 6 outfielders. I don't think they go McCray, Matos, and Encarnacion, do they?
I think they do.
Maybe,
Uh-huh.
maybe if Encarnacion is here's a thought.
A DH first baseman.
Here's a thought. Encarnacion makes the club the DH or whatever gets to play in the first couple of series, and they give him 10 games, and if he doesn't cut mustard, they may decide this is not,
Yeah, and they give Eldridge a shot, to get hot in AAA before they bring him up.
Yeah. I'm not a fan, and I hope the Giants are listening, or somebody within the Giants organization gets this. I would not just give up on Matos. And
I don't think they're going to. If he's playing as well as he is right now, I think he wins himself a spot.
He's 24, everybody. And now, if he's 27, and we've seen this every year from Matos for the last 4 or 5 years, yeah, maybe then you say, you know what, it's time. But 24, and don't hear this wrong, people. Please don't hear this wrong, because somebody's going to go out there and say, you're comparing Luis Matos to Aaron Judge. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, when Aaron Judge came up in 2016, he had 95 plate appearances. He was 24 years old. Okay. Now Matos has had a couple of years, but I'm just saying, there it is. Aaron Judge right there. Aaron Judge, Yankees. See? Aaron Judge. Had a little bit of a cameo in 2016, and then Rookie of the Year in 2017 at age 25. That was his first full season. I'm just saying that guys sometimes develop a little later, and don't give up on Matos, because he's not going to be no superstar. He's probably not even going to be an all-star, but he could be a guy that is a very dependable fourth outfielder for you. And when you need him to start, he's available.
Yeah, it depends on how he handles not playing regularly. If he can make that transition to where he's productive when he's not playing every day, then that would be good for him. But I'll tell you this, if he's hitting over 300 in spring, he is making this team. So I think he's got a really good shot at being on that roster.
Yeah, and he says we still have the best Luis Matos interview. And I had to take it down the other day out of the lineup because I didn't know. Did I? No, I did not. I still have it.
Hey, this is Luis Matos.
One more time.
Hey, this is Luis Matos.
Got his line. He forgot his line. Hey, you know who I saw at the ballpark today? Playing for the White Sox? Who do you think we saw?
It's Lamont Wade Jr. of the San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Dan on the NorCal Sports Network.
And Lamont was out there playing for the White Sox. Good for him.
Good for Lamont.
Hope he makes it. I like Lamont Wade. Yeah. Exactly, Mike. He's so young. I just don't want to see them do what they did. You know, Joey Bart, he's never really going to be all that much, but he's a decent backup catcher, right? Hey, by the way, I do think Daniel Susac is going to be a really good backup catcher for the Giants. I think he's can hit, he can field his position, and I think the better he hits, the better the Giants are as a team, because that gives Patrick Bailey more time to rest. And did you see the strike Bailey stole yesterday in the ABS?
Yeah, I saw it.
It looked outside, didn't it?
The way he was framing it.
Yeah, I still think it might be how do I say? The ball looked like outside the frame.
I don't. Maybe we're not talking about the same pitch. He challenged a pitch and got a strikeout on a. It was in the zone, and
he clipped the zone, and
he clipped his. He was framing it and bringing it in, but this was when Webb was pitching.
It. Yeah, exactly.
And he challenged it right away, and you know, at least on the graphic they showed, it was I don't know, half the ball was in the strike zone. It looked like to me. But yeah, as of yesterday, he hadn't missed. I don't know if he missed any today, but he was 7 for 7 for the season so far in his challenges. So he has a really good sense of the strike zone. Bailey does, and everyone going into ABS, they said this is going to hurt Patrick Bailey because he framed so many pitches, and they're going to call him on it. I think it's going to be a wash on that front, because batters are going to think that he's framed a pitch and stole the strike from them, and they're going to challenge it, and they might end up losing their strike because, you know, it's hard to know if it's actually would have been a strike or not when he's doing that framing thing. But because he has such a great sense of the strike zone, he's able to challenge and be right the lion's share of the time. That's going to be a huge weapon for him, because he's going to be able to, you know, like end of the inning yesterday when he challenged that and got that extra strike, and the batter was out, and that was it. So, yeah, if obviously it's early, he's new to the ABS, but if he's able to continue to show that he's skilled at knowing the strike zone and making those challenges and winning those challenges, and that's going to be just another weapon in Patrick Bailey's arsenal. So, I mean, it's going to be gold glove again for Patrick Bailey if he continues to play as well as he does behind the plate.
Yeah.
Did you see the Bryce Harper interview today that was going around?
I've heard about it. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. It was pretty interesting about how he would have chosen the Giants if Bochy was staying at the end of the 2018 season. And he went and asked Bochy, you know, hey, what are your plans? And Bochy says, well, I'm going to be retiring. I don't think he said, well, they're kind of forcing me to retire. But
wow. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did. So that's just, one more thing to blame Farhan on is, getting rid of Bochy meant that we didn't have the chance to sign Bryce Harper. Crazy. Now, Gravy says Harper's full of crap, but he was very complimentary of the Giants in the interview. He said that they were a great organization, and the Giants would be great to play for. So he was very complimentary.
Yeah, I heard it came down to the Phillies and the Giants. That's crazy. That's crazy. But what do you think of the new spring hat? You like this? What is this stuff? Just kind of a
cactus with flowers on it?
I guess it is, yeah. Like they've got them in the Grapefruit League too. So everybody, hey guys, I want to switch gears and show us a new sponsor that we have, and it's DeFalco's Italian Eatery in Scottsdale. So if you're coming down to Scottsdale and you want to go to a great place to eat, you've got to go to DeFalco's. It's just 5 minutes from Scottsdale Stadium. Players from the Giants and coaches visit there. It's an incredible place to go. There's what it looks like on the outside. Hey, look, there's my car is right there in the front of that picture. What do you know? Great pastrami, says Gravy. Gravy had a sandwich there. It was awesome. Yeah, just a great place to go. And let me get rid of that banner from their NCSN. But you got to check out DeFalco's. People ask all the time, where's a great place? People ask me all the time, where's a great place to go eat? Where's a place to, good place to stay? But I'm telling you, it's DeFalco's. And you want to check out their menu. Wow, look at this menu that DeFalco's has up here. Let me see. Here's the menu, okay? Pizza sub, Chicago beef, thinly sliced roast beef dipped in au juice, served on a toasted roll, topped with spicy giardini. I'm Italian and I can't even pronounce that word. But whatever it is, it sounds good. Italian beef, a Reuben sandwich, eggplant parmesan, chicken parmesan, chicken cutlet sandwich, sausage and beef combo. I've had that twice. That is incredible. You got to get that. You got meatball parmesan. I mentioned that one. I think ciabatta, grilled cheese, panini. Wow, just all kind. Chicken pesto sandwich. It's incredible. Plus, they've got cold sandwiches. You can check out the Italian combo is awesome. I can tell you that. Los, I think, got that, and I had cut off a piece for me. So go check out DeFalco's. In fact, I think we have a little spot here for DeFalco's. All right, here we are at DeFalco's Italian Eatery in Scottsdale, and we have who's this guy?
What's
Hey,
up,
look
man?
at this. It's Los D.
How's it going? How's it going?
Man, you're the man that told us about DeFalco's. What do you got to say about this place?
Just a phenomenal deli. I love delis. Grew up with them. It's East Coast flavor, East Coast vibe. Everything here I've had is good. So this is a spot to come if you're coming to Giants baseball or Scottsdale in general. Come to DeFalco's. You will not be let down.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
There you go. DeFalco's Italian Eatery and Grocery. Okay. Let's go visit them. Tell them NorCal Sports Network sent you. Let them know that you're here because you heard about it from NorCal Sports Network. All right. Dallas, I just got to make a quick text, so go ahead and cover the rest of the what we think the opening day roster will be.
Sure. So, yeah, like we said before, I think what it comes down to is if Eldridge makes the team, if Eldridge hits over 300 and he strikes out less than 30% of the time, then I think Eldridge makes the team. And Gerard Encarnacion, I think, will have to be let go. If Eldridge, they determine, needs more seasoning, and they don't want to lose Encarnacion, and Encarnacion is playing reasonably well, then I can see Eldridge starting in AAA and Encarnacion taking the lion's share of the DH role. The left-handed outfielder situation is, I can't see it. I think they're going to need one. So I could see Grant McCray making the team, especially with Gilbert banged up. So I think it's going to be, when it's all said and done, Matos is going to make it. Encarnacion is going to make it. Eldridge is going to start in AAA, and McCray will make it. So I think that likely is the situation, because they really want to give Encarnacion a shot. There's a reason they've kept him around so long through multiple stints on the injured list, and he's had that 40-man spot, for a long time. And he's never, when he's got a crack, he's played a couple of games here and there, and he's done pretty well. So they like him a lot, obviously. They want to give him a shot. So I could see Encarnacion making the team over Eldridge. But I think, like Dan said, the infield is pretty set. Koss and Schmitt are going to hold that down. And I think that's what we're going to look at on the opening roster. Now, there is the only wild card is that if the Giants determine that because there's so much rest built into the first week of the season, they have a couple of days off right at the beginning of the year, they may not need to carry 4-5 starting pitchers. They could leave Roupp in AAA until they need a fifth starter.
Right, because if you look at the schedule, they've got 2 days off the first weekend. Let me just pull up the schedule right now, and I'm looking at it. You got play Wednesday, they're off Thursday, play Friday and Saturday, they're off Sunday, and then they play like 8 or 9 straight days, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10 straight days before they get another day off. So
they could skip Roupp's first start.
They could skip his first start
because they're going to want to extend him further in the year anyway. So it might make sense to do that. Plus,
he's a little behind the rest of the, or it could be. I don't think they'll do it with Molly. I think he'll be okay.
He should be okay now that he pitched 1 inning 2 days ago.
Yeah,
and then he'll be like one start behind everybody else, but they could always accelerate him a little bit and give him, 3 innings next time or whatever.
Yeah.
And, but if they do that, if they decide to leave Roupp off the roster initially, then they could have Eldridge and McCray and Matos and Encarnacion, and then kick the can down the road a week before they decide who's got to go.
I like this. Mike Val says there's a cat creeping up on Dallas. I think he's set to attack, and Dallas says it's a dog. Better not be a cat in here. Yeah, this ain't we're nothing against cats, but NorCal Sports Network is the official sponsor of All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Well, I don't have a cat, so if there's a cat in here, then that's a little bit odd, I would say.
Yeah. No, we're not cat haters. We are just. I don't say I love cats. I would tolerate a cat. Probably enjoy some cats, but I am a certified. In fact, I'm just 2 units away from getting my doctorate, and I'm a certified dog lover. That's just what it is, man.
I like cats, but I'll tell you who doesn't like cats.
It might be that guy right there.
This guy.
Yeah, he looks like
not a fan of cats.
He looks like he would take a cat to the woodshed. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, just in announcement here. It is official. Here's what we have coming to NorCal Sports Network. Thursday night. That's right, Thursday night. It is former Giants World Series champion catcher Andrew Susac, older brother of Giants Daniel Susac, will be joining NorCal Sports Network Thursday night at 8 p.m. So you're going to want to make sure you're tuned into that. We'll get some insight. I've got a chance to talk to him. He's a really good guy, really enjoyable. And we'll get a little bit of stories from the 2014 season. And then we'll talk a lot about, the opportunity with Daniel and what he sees, his game. And, I think it's going to be, Daniel Susac, former number one pick. So was Andrew, I believe. I think Andrew might have been a number one pick for the Giants. So pretty cool. So Thursday night, guys, right here on NorCal Sports Network. And then we're working on something major. And we're hoping I've had confirmation, but it, until it happens, I don't want to announce it, but I'm
things
waiting.
are in the works.
Yeah, things are in the works. And if it comes down, it will be NorCal Sports Network's biggest moment. It will be in this short, young history of NorCal Sports Network. It will be big, and you won't want to miss it.
It's not the Pope.
Yeah, it's not the Pope, but it's close. That's your hint. Los D says, juice to see Bo Davidson, Victor Barracato, and McCray get at bats while the starters playing WBC. Yeah, I like Barracato. Some people think, telling me on X he's going to make the team. He's not. Okay, he's not. I like Barracato,
but we may see him at some point.
Yeah, we may see him sometime in 26, but he's not going to be on. If he's on the roster, everything is falling apart. Opening day, let's just put it that way. It's so. But Bo Davidson,
the sound of his bat, though, boy.
Yeah, I do too.
Beautiful sound.
And I love talking to Bo Davidson today. I told him, I said, "Hey man, I hope you're in Sacramento, maybe Richmond." He goes, "I hope Sacramento." He said to me, I said, "Man," I said, "you're going to make it big time. You're going to be great." And he said, "Thank you." I really thought the kid was super humble, and I'm just really happy for him. And the other player that Los mentioned in that group, Grant McCray. We did a show, Los. I don't know if you saw it yesterday, but I think McCray could make this team. I like his game overall. If he cuts down on the strikeouts, which he's doing, he could be a real player for the Giants. And in fact, review your email is okay. All right. Let's just take a look one more time before we get out of here. From today, out in Glendale, let's take a quick peek at Grant McCray. Oh, we do have something else too, guys. I'll bring up Grant McCray, and then I'll show you a little bit else video. All right, here is Grant McCray smoking the ball over 100 miles per hour today. And listen to the sound of this bat.
Ooh. Go there.
Here it is again, guys. Watch this easy swing. You like how we played that back several times? That's kind of cool, huh? I found a little button you can just keep hitting, and it rewinds it back to where it was. So McCray smoked that. And I just love the sound of the bat. I could play that all night, man. In fact, that might be how I start to, instead of listening to something put me to sleep, just bass crack, crack. Man, it's just the sound of spring, baby. Crack. Well, I almost want to play it one more time, you know? I just kind of do because it's my show and I can do it, right?
Go for it.
I just crack. Grant McCray, everybody, at the plate today. Oops. There we go. All right, so that was there was a guy sitting next to me or behind me. He's like, you heard him say, "Did that hit the guy?" And I wasn't looking. I was so I saw the ball bounce, and then I said, "Did it hit?" I heard the thud though. I heard it hit something. I thought it hit the rubber of the pitch, on the mound, and bounced into left field because it was a solid. But it must have hit the player because the trainer came out a minute later. So obviously he wasn't checking the pitching mound out. But one other thing I wanted to share with you guys from today. This is not it. Hold on. Where are we going? Here we go. We got to go here. Tony Vitello, very popular after the ball game. Look at him taking the time to take care of the kids. You got to love that in your manager. Everybody's gone. Players are all left 15 minutes earlier. And he took time to sign every one of those kids' autographs.
Thank you. All right, we're going. Thank you for all your help. You're welcome.
Nice. Yeah, he's trying to be a little incognito there.
Well, I think it was hot. I think the sun was pounding on him. But really cool. I just think he's, going to be really good for the team, the organization. If you get a guy that has success, and you know what I would love to see Tony do? I mean, I'd love to see him do what the Dodgers have done, 13 straight years. But how about 7 out of 10 next 10 years being the manager and making it the playoffs 7 out of 10 times?
I think we'd all take it right now.
And it's very doable when you think about it. It really is. Of
course, it's never been easier to make the playoffs. Although you do have a team that is hard to beat, but the wild card is set up in a way to make it really obtainable.
Yeah. So bet that ticket cost $11. Yeah, it was $15.85. Wasn't bad. It was $24 when I looked at 11 o'clock. I got to the ballpark at 1 o'clock. Game started at 1:05. And I opened the app, and I was walking up to the deal and said $16, fees and all with SeatGeek. And then I paid for it. And it said $15.85, but then it didn't work. So it didn't work. And it took me a couple minutes. I kept trying, and then they gave me I had to go get my own ticket. But anyway, let's get out of here, Dallas. We'll be back Thursday night, guys. And to start the show, Andrew Susak, former World Series champion catcher of the San Francisco Giants, will be here to join the show. And that's not the big announcement we were talking about, but we have one that could be coming any day. So we'll keep you tuned to that. So make sure you hit that like button on the way out, guys. It really does help the algorithm of the show. So please hit the like button. We appreciate it so much. And let's see here. Like and subscribe. There we go. We can give it to you double with a scroll too. That might really make people feel like almost like they have no choice but to hit that like button.
Yep, maybe.
Final word, Dallas. You got anything else you want to share?
Well, other than like and subscribe, I mean, as we keep going on here, I mean, I'm just enjoying these spring training games, and it just makes me look forward to this season. So I just can't wait to get it going here. And we have, less than a month away now.
Yeah, exciting. This is a beautiful time of year. If you guys haven't come down to Arizona for spring training, you got to put it on your bucket list. It's a wonderful thing to do, guys. Spend a weekend down here. The weather's incredible. It's actually hotter right now than it normally is. It's 92 today, but in a couple days, it's going to be like 75. It's just, you can't beat this time of year. You get a chance to see the players up close and personal. They'll talk with you. They'll spend some time with you. There's great restaurants down here. There's all kinds of things to do. So make sure you come down here sometime, and make sure when you do, you visit DeFalco's Italian Eatery over on Scottsdale Road, because it's an incredible place to eat and dine. And it's a lot happening over there at DeFalco. So check it on out. You won't be disappointed. I promise. You'll love it. I was trying to put I can't even find it where it went. Where did DeFalco's go? I was going to put there it is. There we go. Right there. Right on Scottsdale Road. 5 minutes literally from Scottsdale Stadium. All right, everybody. Remember, we'll be back Thursday night. And don't forget, when we come back Thursday night, we're going to have former Giants catcher Andrew Susak joining the show. All right, everybody. Till Thursday night, take care.